Hi, I'm Sawtell. I'm a physiotherapist. This class consists of a group of exercises designed to help you begin to solve your problem of gluteal tendinopathy. You will need a band, a ball, 3 pillows, a mat and a chair, and we will get Melissa to demonstrate these exercises. The first exercise in this group has Melissa in side lie with 2 pillows between her knees. The reason for the pillows between her knees is that we keep the leg at the same level as the hip. And what we're going to ask Melissa to do is to lift that top leg off those pillows, but she will only just lift it off. That's enough. And then down. If you lift the leg too high, you risk causing the condition to become worse. So it's a very small lift, and we would get Melissa to do that 10 times. Initially, I always get people doing 10, but eventually I like them to get up to 50 repetitions in their own time. If you rush it, you will make the condition worse. We now have Melissa in standing, in a position where her feet are shoulder width apart, knees relaxed, hands on the outside of the hips. She's going to do an isometric contraction. Isometric means no movement. And what she's going to try and do is spread her legs apart without rolling her ankles. She will hold the contraction for a count of 10 with 10 repetitions. It's quite good if you imagine you have a chain between your ankles and you're trying to break that chain by moving your ankles apart. What you should feel is the gluteal muscles under your hands become slightly firm. This pushing out manoeuvre will be done for 10 seconds, a hold of 10 seconds, and 10 repetitions is the required number. Melissa's going to hold this contraction for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, relax. We now have Melissa in a lying position with her knees bent, hands by her side, and she's going to do an exercise where she's actually going to lift her pelvis off the mat, keeping a neutral spine. She'll just go up to the top there where she has a straight line between her knees, her hip and her shoulder, and then down again. Initially, the exercise is done with no hold at the top, but eventually we get you holding for 20 seconds with 10 repetitions. That is your goal. In this position, we have Mel on her hands and knees, with the hands under her shoulders, knees under her hips. She has a neutral spine, and she must maintain that neutral spine as she moves her hip and knee forward and backwards. If you go too far with this leg movement and you're not strong in your core, you will in fact lose the neutral. Mel might demonstrate that for us. Okay, the back is arched, pelvis is tipped, so neutral's been lost. And now neutral's been lost in the other direction with a bent spine. You cannot do that. I would normally start with 10 repetitions on either side, eventually working up to 30 to 40 repetitions within your own time. Mel is now going to do an exercise which will require her to go from sitting to standing. It's important that we get the positioning right. Feet shoulder width apart, knees in line with feet. You'll notice that Mel has a band. This is so that she can actually push out on this band and maintain a good knee position. She will go from sitting to standing without using momentum and without pushing off on the chair. It is important to maintain the knees in a parallel position. She will return slowly. Depending on your ability, I would get people to start doing 10 to 15 repetitions with an eventual goal of 50. If you don't have an elasticized band, looping a belt around your knees will do the same thing. This exercise is called a ball rollout, and we have Mel positioned with her elbows on the ball, and again she will keep a neutral spine as she rolls that ball out forward. This is a difficult exercise to do, and you must work within your limitations. You cannot afford to roll the ball out too far and lose that neutral position of your spine. Normally I'd start with 10 repetitions and aim to work up to 30. Things you must avoid is rolling the ball out too far and losing that neutral position of your spine. You must always work well within your capabilities. If the exercise appears to be very hard, you are rolling the ball out too far.